Seattle's Morning News. This is Dave Ross with Colleen O'Brien. And here she is, the host of the award-winning Your Last Meal podcast, Rachel Belle. Hello, Rachel.
Hello.
And this episode is about, well, it stars Rainn Wilson from The Office. And I was surprised to hear you say that you consider hummus to be an insult to your Israeli upbringing.
I think insult is a strong word, but yeah, let's go with it because I have passionate thoughts about the subject. So, yes, Rainn Wilson from The Office, who is a Seattle native, he wants for his last meal a vegetarian Israeli spread. Hummus, as I was raised to call it. Hummus has been something I've been thinking about for a long time because growing up in the 80s, you couldn't get hummus at the grocery store. You could get it maybe at a Middle Eastern restaurant. And so it wasn't until I graduated from college that, now you can get a billion kinds in the grocery store. And to my palate, none of it tastes good. It doesn't taste right. It tastes completely different than the hummus that I grew up with.
Can I stop you for a moment and just ask you, what is it exactly?
Yeah. If you're making it the classic way, the Israeli way, because many Middle Eastern countries make it, all that it is chickpeas, what we call tahina, but Israelis call tahina, salt, and lemon. That's it. 4 ingredients. No garlic, no oil, and the goal is to get it as ethereally smooth as possible. And in Israel, it's not a dip, it's a meal. So there are like thousands of restaurants that are just devoted to hummus that you go in and you get your own plate. And the pita is not like it is here. It's not these kind of thin cardboardy swatches, or you don't eat it with carrot sticks. You get this pillowy, chewy, really delicious pita that has been freshly baked. I spoke with David Nussbaum, who is the owner of Seattle's Aviv Hummus Bar. His parents are both from Israel. He has the same exact feelings that I have, and I want people to know how to pronounce it.
In Israel, in Hebrew, you say hummus. In the States, it got translated to hummus. And then you start to realize that hummus just sounds wrong. And then once you actually have real hummus, you start to realize that eating hummus is also wrong.
I was so thrilled to find my fellow snob in this topic. So I've been trying to make it at home for years. I have never been able to make it taste right. And even David had the same problem.
I was probably making hummus every day for a couple years until one day I taste it and it's like in the movies. I just have all these flashes in my mind of Israel sitting on the beach, eating hummus, just everything.
So I'm sure there are people from other cultures who have the same feeling that I have, where I hate saying hummus because it just pains me to have to say it. But when I say hummus, it makes me feel pretentious. So there's plenty of foods like this. We say bruschetta. It's supposed to be bruschetta. There's croissant and croissant.
Croissant. But if you have Israeli roots, so own it. I mean, you have a right to pronounce it any way you want to.
It's true. I have a right to get as phlegmy and guttural as I want to.
Phlegm it up.
That's right. So listen to the podcast. Rainn Wilson is very entertaining. Here's a little plug for a show he has coming up in Seattle.
There's a charity here in Seattle called the Mona Foundation, and it helps these local schools and grassroots schools develop all around the globe, including here in Seattle, but mostly in other countries. So we're celebrating our 20th anniversary with a big event at the Paramount Theater on May 30th. And I've gotten a bunch of friends, Chris Ballou from Presidents of the United States of America, Joel McHale, the great stand-up comic and actor. We've got musical guests.
If you want to listen to the podcast, it's easy. Just text the word RAIN, RAINN, but we also know you may misspell it, so the other RAIN is fine too. Text RAIN to 98973, and bam, you'll just get the podcast text right back to you.